Hello there everybody and welcome back to Movie Squirm. Today I'm going to be doing my top 10 most anticipated horror movies for the rest of 2024. Now I have recently just done a video about all of the movies that have released so far in 2024. I've ranked them from worst to best. And if you want to see that video, it will be in the link down below. But I did say in that video that I don't think this has been the best year for horror. I've got to admit, there's nothing really stood out too much apart from one or two movies. And most of them have either been disappointing or bad movies, really. But I do think it's about to pick up. I am excited for all 10 of these releases. I've got a couple of honorable mentions there as well, but I think it's going to pick up. You know, I think there's some really strong contenders here for the horror genre to be very memorable, to be very exciting, very entertaining. So all that good stuff is about to come, I'm sure, but I can't see all of these movies. I just can't see them all being a disappointment. So don't forget to leave down below some of the movies you're excited for, some of the horror films that you're looking forward to, and I'll get back to you all, I promise. But before I get into the 10, I've just got 3 honorable mentions there. So the first one is A Quiet Place Day 1. Now, I did initially have this in the top 10. It was about 7th or 8th in the list, but it has actually been released at the time of this video. I am recording this on the weekend of the release for this movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I am going to see it in the next day or two. Really looking forward to it. Heard very good initial reactions and very early positive reviews that it was something that a lot of people didn't think they were going to get. So really looking forward to that. And it's not just going to be a quick book sad spin-off sequel or prequel, if you like. So really looking forward to going to see that one in a couple of days. I'll have a review coming on the channel. Also, I'm looking forward to the Salem's Lot remake. We haven't really heard too much about it. I believe Stephen King has seen it already though, and he says he doesn't know why it's not being released or whatever, because it's pretty good. I'm pretty certain I've seen that over on X, also known as Twitter there. So looking forward to that. I do think that's a movie / TV series that could do with a modern remake. There's a lot of things about that miniseries that didn't really work for me fully, but there's a lot I do like about it as well. Enough to get me excited for another movie that's coming down the line. Also, the last one is Never Let Go, starring Cal Berry. And this is directed by Alexandra Aja, who brought us High Tension and the movie Crawl. And I think he's a pretty good director, and this seems like it's a movie that has a post-apocalyptic feel to it, and these characters have got ropes attached to them, and they kind of have that rope as their lifeline. If they get cut off from the rope, you know, all hell's going to break loose. I thought that looked like a really interesting trailer, but they just didn't make my top 10 here, guys. So I just wanted to mention them movies quickly. There are 3 others that I'm really looking forward to. So let's just get into it now with number 10. Number 10 is going to be Shelby Oaks, directed by Chris Struckman. And this is basically the director that has me more excited than the actual film. I do think it sounds like a pretty good premise, but it's the director, because Chris Struckman is a guy I have followed on YouTube for such a long time now. He's a very big inspiration for me in starting this channel. I mean, there was other YouTubers as well, but he is a pretty big one. I think he's a great reviewer of movies. I'm just really interested to see what he can do on his directional debut here, because he has a lot of knowledge about film. I've listened to his thoughts for so many years on all different movies, and I'm just excited to see what he can bring. And he got like a Kickstarter for this, and I think he was going for a couple of 100,000 and exceeded the 1 million point. So he's been able to put everything he can into this movie. I think it's about a bunch of paranormal investigators who go to this cabin and things go wrong. I think that's what it's about. But I'm more, like I said, more interested in see what Chris can do with his directional debut there. So really looking forward to Shelby Oaks. I know a lot of other people are, especially people who are in the YouTube community. So let's wait and see. I think it's getting a premiere in July at a film festival. So hopefully we will see this at the back end of the year. I think it'll probably only be coming to a streaming service or digital download. But yeah, looking forward to that one. That is Shelby Oaks. Next up is a movie that wasn't initially in my most anticipated of the year, but after seeing the trailer, I've put it in there, and that is Robert Eggers' NOS Feratu. Now, a lot of people commented on that video saying that this is their number one choice, but I'm kind of mixed on Eggers. Now, I've got a confession here, guys. I have not seen The Witch yet, but I will definitely be watching that very soon, leading up to this movie. I definitely want to check it out. It's been on my watch list for so long. But I have seen The Lighthouse, and I wasn't massive on that movie. A lot of people praised that. It was a little bit too art-housey for me, personally, and I just didn't quite get it. Upon rewatch, that might change, but I do like his visual style, the atmosphere he brought, and I absolutely loved The Northman. So it's a bit of hit and miss from the movies I've seen from him so far, but I've got to say, guys, this trailer was excellent. It really has this gothic feel to it, very atmospheric, it looks like The Lighthouse was one of the biggest positives of that movie, and it's got like a plague that looks like it's going on with these rats running around the city and stuff. Now, I have seen the original Nosferatu, but I thought it was a fine movie. I was very, very tired when I watched that film, and I'm going to rewatch that leading up to this one to give it another go and maybe basically compare the movies when they come out. But this has got a great casting with Nicholas Hoult, William Dafoe, Bill Skarsgård as Nosferatu the vampire himself. So this has a lot of potential, I feel, and with absolutely loving The Northman, I think Robert Eggers can only grow from there and get better with each movie. And it is all filmed in Prague, which is a place I've been a couple of times now, and I think that is the perfect city to film in if you want like a gothic feel to your movie. So really excited for this one after initially not caring too much, but this trailer was excellent and it didn't give too much away. You know, it was just the right amount of time, just the right amount of visuals that you needed, and it gave you a hint to what the movie is going to be. It didn't show the vampire, Nosferatu, or Count Orlok, whatever you want to call him. Didn't show him, and that is enough for me. I don't want to see. I just want to see Skarsgård and the makeup when the movie comes out. So yeah, this one could be a great movie. Now, we are getting this in the US on Christmas Day in 2024. I believe it's coming here in the UK in January, but I'm hoping they might push that forward a little bit and bring it to 2024. So it's a bit up in the air about the release date there. But number 9 is Nosferatu. Number 8 is a movie that I believe has already been released in the US, and that is In a Violent Nature. We aren't getting it here in the UK until the 12th of July, which really bums me out when we get movies released at a later date. I mean, why can't we just release it on the same day? It's like screaming into an empty void and no one is listening, and it really just gets to me. It really does. But anyway, I'm still looking forward to this movie. It has just come on VOD today, I believe. So yeah, maybe there's a way to digitally download this instead of waiting until the 12th of July. No, I have to look into it. But that is the cinema release, 12th of July. So maybe I would want to see this on the big screen anyway. But this is basically following a killer in a Friday the 13th style movie, where instead of following the camp counselors or whatever, or the teenagers, we see it from the killer's perspective. Now, I've seen a lot of reactions over this where people are a little bit mixed on it. They seem to like some parts of the movie, but a lot of it is just a lot of walking and stuff, and it feels like more of an experiment than a movie. They're the reactions I've heard to it. But I'm a slasher fan. I've loved slasher movies all my life. I've recently just watched the Friday the 13th series again, all the way through. I'm currently going through it again. So this is the right time for me, I believe, for this movie to come out and give it a watch. And I've heard it's got one of the best kills in slasher history in there. It's not just one or two people who've said that. Everyone who's seen this movie has said it's an all-timer kill. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. So hopefully I'll be seeing this very, very soon. That is In a Violent Nature. Next up, we have Smile 2, which is a movie I wasn't initially all that excited about. I did like the first movie, Smile, but this felt like a very cash grab announcement when it was leaked on Twitter and stuff, and when they said, "Oh, we're doing a sequel and it's coming out very, very soon," I was like, surely this can't be as good as the first movie. But when I seen the trailer, my mind changed a little bit. Now, this follows Naomi Scott, who was Jasmine in Aladdin, and she really looks the part in this movie. She's like this celebrity, this pop singer, and she's basically seeing this smile that's taunting her everywhere she goes. Kind of like the first movie, but this one has her in the public eye. And I do think that's going to bring a brand new dynamic to the film with everyone watching her going crazy and stuff, because they can't actually see what she can see, but it's all going to be on the big stage, on TV and stuff. So I think that is an interesting concept. Where they're going to go with the ending, I don't know. Is it just going to end like the first movie did? Are they going to bring something fresh and new to the lore of the story? I'm not sure, but I think this trailer really got me a little more excited than I initially was. And Naomi Scott really does look the part in this film. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what more quality she can bring. She was one of the best things about the Aladdin live action film. And it could be good. It could be fine. You know, if it's on the level of the first film, that's good enough for me. So that is Smile 2. Next up, we have the brand new M. Night Shyamalan film, Trap, starring Josh Hartnett. Now, I'm there for anything Shyamalan makes, apart from that After Earth bullshit and Avatar: The Last Airbender. But when he brings something to the thriller slash horror genre, I'm definitely going to be checking it out, because I think Shyamalan is one of the most interesting directors working today. I was one of the people who absolutely loved Knock at the Cabin, despite it not having that big twist at the end. I really enjoyed that movie. I think what Shyamalan can bring to films is a massive event happening, but we see it from a small perspective. Like Knock at the Cabin, we were just in the cabin, but something massive was happening on the world outside. And I don't know if that movie's going to be like that, but it all looks like it's taking place inside this concert, basically. And Josh Hartnett has took his daughter to this concert, and basically it's a big setup, because one of the people going to this concert is actually a serial killer that the FBI are trying to track down. And the trailer makes it look like Josh Hartnett might actually be this serial killer, because he pulls out a phone in the toilet and you can see like someone who's got kidnapped on his phone there, you know, on this app that he's using, basically like a security camera app. But I do think the trailer might be throwing us off a little bit there, and maybe the killer isn't Josh Hartnett. I don't know. It's Shyamalan. He can do whatever he wants. I mean, he throws you off left, right, and centre, doesn't he? And even though Knock at the Cabin didn't have that twist, I do feel like Trap might actually have it. We can't have two Shyamalan movies on the run without a twist now, can we? But this one looks very interesting. It looks like a very interesting concept, and I'm just excited for it. So yeah, Trap had to make this list. Next up, we have Cuco. Now, I don't really know too much about this one, apart from the trailer that I've seen. This looks like a fresh, new, interesting concept. I think this movie is about this girl, played by Hunter Schafer, who moved to this town with her parents, and it's got like a bit of a past, and she slowly unfolds that past, and it goes down a dark, sinister route. So that is an interesting concept on its own. It's also got Dan Stevens in there, who is the standout of the Abigail movie that we recently got this year, one of the better movies of 2024. He is a great actor. I am very excited to see what he can do. Plays a big part in the trailer as well. Looks like a really crazy type weirdo in the trailer. So yeah, I think he can bring something there, definitely. I think he's going to be in a lot of movies going forward now, especially after Abigail. But it just looks like it's going down all twisty, bendy paths. There's one moment where Hunter Schafer, I think she's out on a bike, and this shadowy figure runs towards her and starts sort of jogging behind the bicycle. And I thought, whoa, that looks really creepy there. It looks like a fun little, not a fun little town, but a nice town to make your movie in. Like, it looks like a good location. Like, look like something straight out of the 70s, really, in this trailer. And Hunter Schafer, you know, I think she's done some good roles in the past, so excited to see what she can do in the lead role here. But the main reason I put it on this list is just look something fresh and new. And it's from Neon as well, who I believe brought us Infinity Pool, which was my favourite movie of last year. I put it in my #1 spot. So definitely looking forward to this one. That is Cuco. Next up, we have Longlegs from director Osgood Perkins, who is the son of Anthony Perkins, of course, you know, Norman Bates himself. And he has already made a couple of movies, Hansel and Gretel. I forgot the name of the other one, but I have not seen any of them. I believe Hansel and Gretel, according to a few people, was a decent movie, though. So I'd like to check that out leading up to this. But this stars Mika Monroe and Nicolas Cage. Now, Mika Monroe seems like this FBI agent in this movie. I will watch anything she's in. I loved it in It Follows. She was fantastic in Watcher, which is one of the hidden gem horror movies of 2022, and she absolutely owned the screen in that film. But yeah, she's like this FBI agent in this movie, and she's trying to uncover the path of this serial killer. And it seems like she's going down a demonic sort of hellish route there with devil worship and stuff, you know, satanic cults. I don't know too much. The trailer is, even though it's like 2 minutes long, it doesn't give too much away, and it looks like a really dark movie. I love movies that involve crime and detectives trying to track down killers and stuff. And if it's going to have a little bit of a, you know, supernatural element to it, I'm not sure it is. No, that could be the little cherry on top there. But if it just goes for the realism, I'm fine with that. Didn't show Nicolas Cage in the trailer. I believe he's playing the character of Longlegs, whoever that is. So, yeah, very, very interested in checking this one out. It's definitely got a Silence of the Lambs /Saw/7 feel to it. That is just right up my street. So, yeah, after seeing the trailer, this one has jumped up way more on my most anticipated horror movies of the year list. And I just think it's going to be a hit. I'm really, really looking forward to this one. So that is Longlegs. Getting into the top 3 now. And in third place, we do have Damien Leone's Terrifier 3. Now, I believe that all the cast is coming back for this one. Lauren Oliveira, Elliot Fulham, David Howard Thornton, the star of the show, as Arthur Clown himself. And I just absolutely love this character. He is an upcoming icon in the slasher genre. I love all the movements he does and stuff. He was a mime artist, of course. I just love all the faces he pulls and everything. Art the Clown is amazing. Now, what I'm really excited for about this one is it's all set at Christmas time. Now, can you imagine the amount of blood getting splattered on the white snow there? That is just going to look awesome. There is a teaser trailer out of Art the Clown dressed as Santa Claus, and this kid comes down thinking it's Santa Claus, and then Art the Clown gets his act ready, and the trailer goes off. Much to a lot of controversy over online there of people saying, I don't want him to kill kids and all that. I don't know if he will or not. It was just a teaser trailer. But I love the first 2 movies. They have some of the greatest slasher kills in there. I'm not joking. The hacksaw kill in Terrifier 1 would be in my top 10 slasher kills of all time. I know it's a modern movie, but I don't care. That kill was friggin' amazing. And then we had the kill in the second one where it goes on for like 5 minutes. I mean, I just love Art the Clown. I love the cast of the second movie with Lauren Oliveira and stuff. Very glad to see her coming back. She was a great final girl. So I have nothing but excitement for Terrifier 3. I believe there's going to be a little bit more of a bigger budget here. Maybe we'll get a cinema release here in the UK because we didn't last time for Terrifier 2. But I'll be there day one. I mean, man, bring it on while it's hot. Strike while the iron's hot. Terrifier is got a lot of people excited now, and this one, I can see it being another huge hit. So that is Terrifier 3. In second place, we do have Maxi. Now, this was actually in first place on my top 10 most anticipated horror movies of the year list that I done in December time, but something has changed that just a little bit, but I'm still fully on board for this movie. I mean, it was very, very tight between this and #1. If I had to make a 50-50 call on it and just give the other one 51% and the other one 49%. It was that close. But this one comes out just next week here in the UK, and I can't wait for it. I loved Ty West's X and Pearl. Thought they were great little companion pieces there. Loved how the old 70s vibe of the first one. And then we went to like 1920 and Technicolor and stuff over in Pearl. But this one is all going to be taking place in the 80s. You know, it's got Richard Ramirez walking around, the Night Stalker himself. Looks like Maxi Minx is going to be going to the set of Psycho and stuff. And the Bates Motel is on there in the trailer. I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? Going to have a whole detective vibe going on. And that is just all of me, especially with it taking place in the 80s. I absolutely love Mia Goth. She is probably my favorite actress working today. I've been watching interviews with her and stuff all week about this movie, and you know, the red carpet interviews and stuff. She's got that sweetest voice, and I can't wait to see it again in this one. She's an absolute superstar. And I'm really excited to see the grime, the dirty streets of LA come to fruition here in Ty West's vision. So, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are excited for this one. Earlier reviews were pretty good. A lot of people are saying it's the best out of 3, apart from IGN, who give it a 5 out of 10. But, man, the amount of times IGN have been wrong, I could count on, you know, I'd need a few hands to count that one. So, yeah, really excited for Maxine to complete the Ty West trilogy. And hopefully it will come to a big full wrap-up and look like one of the best horror trilogies we've had in years. That is Maxine. In first place, though, is going to be Fede Alvarez's Alien Romulus. Now, I think a huge part of this being first over Maxine was a couple of things. One, the amazing trailer we've just got. And I have just watched Alien 1 and 2 leading up to this. So I'm really in an Alien mood. On another day, it could have been Maxine. But I think this has got to be one of the greatest trailers of the year. Alongside the Maxine trailer, of course. They were both great trailers. But, man, I just loved the style of this one. I believe it's going to be taking place between Alien and Aliens, somewhere there. Kaylee Spaney, who's making a bit of a name for herself once again. You know, she's getting back up there. You know, she was in Civil War earlier this year and stuff. She's a great actress. And looks like she's going to be taking the lead role here. Don't know too many of the other actors involved in the film, but I do know that Fede Alvarez can make a horror movie. Don't Breathe was excellent. The Evil Dead 2013 remake is my favourite one out of the entire franchise there. And I just don't think this is going to miss. I don't think this is going to be a disappointment. Still trying to keep level-headed there. But, man, I just want a good Alien film. If we get a good 8 out of 10 Alien film, I am happy with that. That will do me. But anything more than that it's a huge hit, isn't it? And hopefully this will be that. But I love all the face hugger jumping and stuff in the trailer we see. I love how the trailer has people screaming, but it goes silent. Following the tagline, the famous tagline of the first movie, "In space, no one can hear you scream." I love all the little snap 1-second shots of different things happening in the trailer. Man, it just looks like we've opened that world again. And I just can't wait. I'm going to be there day one. I'm going to be watching all of the Alien movies leading up to this. I'm getting an Alien fever now. And this has potential. It really does. And although I don't think it's probably going to hit the levels of 1 and 2, it definitely has a massive chance of being the 3rd best Alien film. But if it reaches the levels of 1 and 2, man, that's a huge miracle that Fede Alvarez has accomplished there. But like I said, a good 8 out of 10 Alien film will do me nicely. So in first place is Alien Romulus. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. What are your most anticipated horror movies of the year? Do you think these films will be hits? You know, is there any that I've missed there? Please do let me know in the comments down below. Please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel if horror is your sort of thing. It would really help me out. And don't forget to check out my video on the ranked horror movies from worst to best so far this year. I'll leave a link down below there, guys. Thanks so much. You take care, and I'll see you on the next video.